Today we are going to be talking about chin rests. I've always talked about shoulder rests, but very little did I mention chin rests and the importance of chin rest. Now, I have what looks like a standard violin chin rest, but did you know that this chin rest and this chin rest, and I also have this chin rest, could all feel different when you're playing your violin. We're going to discuss the different types of chin rests that are available out there on the market and which ones could be worth trying for your situation. Hi, my name is Eric and I am dedicated to helping you become a better violinist. And in order to become a better violinist, you have to understand what kind of equipment and tools you have at your disposal. The chin rest and alongside the shoulder rest were solutions to help prevent injury. So I'm always about teaching injury prevention when it comes to my violin students, and I figured that today would be a great time to discuss that. So we are going to discuss the different types of chin rests that are available out there and some things that you should look out for, whether they're bad or good. And we're gonna talk about the ones that I've tried in the past. I don't have many. I have about 4 that I have in front of me, but some things to look out for when you're applying different chin rests on your violin. I started taking a look at tall chin rests because I do have a tall neck, and I figured, okay, well maybe I can experiment with different chin rests. This one, the SAS chin rest, is a single mounted chin rest, which you don't find on the market a lot these days. Normally you find double mounted, like double bracket chin rest, which I'll get to in a moment. But this is from SAS. Actually, not too long ago, I made a video about the SAS shoulder rest. This is the exact same company. They originally started out as a chin rest company a long time ago, and they sell chin rests that are very different heights. So basically, I thought that this was a unique solution because I didn't have to use too much of a shoulder rest and I would just have a tall chin rest, which looks something like this. What I've realized really quickly is that this was not the solution for me, although it did work for me for a while. Partially because it just restricted my neck movement, and also because maybe I just got one of the tallest sizes available. And maybe if I had a smaller height of this SAS chin rest, I'd probably maybe be better off with it. But I want to talk about the specific elements of this SAS chin rest. You have a bracket here, which could be easily used with a screw that you can use a regular screwdriver to put on the violin. And you also have something that's unique to the chin rest is that you could also use a screw underneath to adjust the angle of which the SAS chin rest is on the violin. So it doesn't have to be completely flat. If you like to maybe lean into your violin a little bit more, like on the left side, then you could adjust the chin rest like that. That's a really unique feature about the SAS chin rest that I like, which I hope that a lot more chin rest companies can implement. This is one of the few that I know about that actually does this. The pros, of course, is that it comes in various sizes and it doesn't have a large footprint. It's very thin and it does have a bit of a dip, but I think it didn't have enough dip like over here, and basically decided to maybe step away from this chin rest. This chin rest could be ideal for someone who also plays viola. I've seen this SAS chin rest become very popular amongst viola players because when they have a large instrument, like a 16-inch or almost a 16 3/4-inch viola, they tend to gravitate towards something that is a little bit smaller when it comes to the footprint, when it comes to chin rests. So if you're a viola player out there looking for a chin rest, I've seen this often on violas, so it could be worth a try, although I'm not a violist, so this is based on my observation from other viola players. So that is the SAS chin rest. And now I do want to get to another chin rest that actually I got back when I was in college over here. This is from J&A Bear London, and you can see that it's kind of it's been used up quite a bit actually. And what I got this in a violin shop in Boston, and I found this to be a very comfortable chin rest, and this is a Stradivari model. So you have different model chin rests. You have the Guarneri, you have the Stradivari, you also have the Tekka. There are so many different types of model chin rests out there that you can try. This is the Stradivari one, and it has two brackets, unlike this one over here where it has a bracket that's connected. These are two separate brackets, and some say that this actually helps improve the sound of the violin. Maybe it adds more decibels to your sound. It's not really proven. I don't see a video out on YouTube discussing different decibel levels when comparing different chin rests, although that could be an interesting idea experiment for this violin channel. But this is what it looks like, and this is made of boxwood. It's a very soft wood compared to something like this black one, the SAS chin rest, which is more of an ebony wood. I tend to gravitate more towards a boxwood just because the feel of the wood is nice underneath my jaw on my neck. I'm also not allergic to it as much, which is another reason why I gravitated away from the SAS chin rest, because I just had a little bit of an allergic reaction to the ebony wood. Something to keep in mind when you're searching for chin rests as well. When you're playing for long periods of time, some of the wood can actually affect your skin. So not medical advice, just based off of my own experience. But I felt that boxwood is a very soft wood that looked nice on my instrument at the time, although this started happening. Now this white part over here, this whitish part, lighter part over here, is due to perspiration, due to sweat. So that's why the color changed a little bit. So of course, when I was looking for a new chin rest, I was looking for something a little bit more aesthetically pleasing because I didn't like the look of this anymore. So I wanted to match something that was pretty similar to my violin, which is a rosewood. And this is a very simple chin rest that you find on most violins these days. And this, as I said, comes with a bracket that is really easy to adjust. What I liked about this chin rest that I've played on for pretty much the majority of my years, like in grad school, I played on this chin rest. Really solid chin rest. It didn't, the color didn't fluctuate due to perspiration. At this point in grad school, I was, obviously I knew how to hold the violin properly. I wasn't getting injured. I didn't feel any tingling in my fingers. I went back to basics, and I went to something that is a little cleaner, something that is not too big of a dip, but something that would work really well on my violin. Did it affect the violin all that much between this boxwood and the rosewood? I mean, it's debatable. I really didn't find that much of a difference. At that point, you can really search for a chin rest due to comfort. You don't find a chin rest due to the sound. But you can if you want to, which I'll get to in just a second, but it's not the main priority. I feel like it's like an added bonus if you want to get a chin rest that is made of a quality wood that can actually increase the brilliance of your instrument and can actually increase the volume of your instrument. But I don't think that should be the priority for anyone who's searching for a chin rest to begin with, mind you. Like, I feel like comfort is the most essential thing. That's like A1. You need to make sure you have comfort. Then if you're very picky, like if you're a professional, you start looking at different violin shops around the world who have experience in creating quality chin rests. And that is where I want to get to one specific chin rest. This chin rest is a boxwood chin rest that was given to me by a company called Alexander Accessories based out of the UK. And they saw my YouTube channel and they wanted to collaborate in making a video about chin rests. And I just want to give them a shout out because I've been really enjoying this chin rest. Now, this chin rest is quite unique, and there's a reason for that. Because you see that this is very the metal here is very similar to this, to the Stradivari model brackets here. The only difference between this metal and this metal is that this metal is titanium. Now, when you're at a professional level and you're willing to pay a premium for price, this is where the details do matter. You want to find a chin rest that can help actually give you that extra 2% of sound that you're looking for, and believe it or not, this chin rest has actually changed the sound of my instrument for the better. I found that, I was just really just experimenting chin rest for comfort. But then once this chin rest came in, I had a different perspective. The cork is of great quality. These chin rests by Alexander Accessories are handmade. Every single one is handmade. And on the bottom of the brackets here, you can see that these are laser etched a few miles away from their workshop. So everything is made in the UK. This is UK wood. And I'm grateful to have tried this. To try this chin rest. Now, let's talk about the difference between a good chin rest, good meaning like $250 plus, which is something that this is what a $250 chin rest looks like and feels like, versus something that costs maybe $20. So the $20 one, it's okay. It works. If you are not obsessed with the details of violin sound, then you don't have to worry about this. A $20 chin rest is good enough. You're looking for comfort that doesn't break the bank. But if you're a professional violinist, if you travel a lot and you're in the UK, I recommend that you check out Leicestershire, England, with Alexander Accessories, because I didn't know that my violin could sound this way. I thought that violin sounds are affected by shoulder rests, but I didn't know that they could be affected by chin rests this much. And what I found with this particular chin rest is that there's a really big dip in the chin rest compared to the boxwood. I would say that maybe they're comparable. They're comparable. They're really, really close together. Maybe this one a little bit more so, but this is a very comfortable chin rest, and I'm always looking for comfort. And as you are in search for a chin rest, I want you to keep these things in mind. I want you to keep in mind the various options that are out there. It'll help you become a more informed buyer. You'll go to the violin shop knowing what to look for, knowing what to feel for. You always want to make sure that your neck is aligned and your head is, on top of your neck and your spine, because that helps you get the best posture. And those are my tips in terms of getting a chin rest. Different companies have different philosophies and they have different models for chin rest. There are, for me, you want a chin rest that is not completely cheap like plastic, because I know that there are some plastic ones out there like made of a polycarbonate type material for hypoallergenic purposes. I was just simply reviewing the wooden ones today. So to me, I find that the wooden chin rests, they do help a little more, because if you are trying to vibrate the sounds of your instrument, the sounds the vibrations travel through the wood, whether it's on the violin or whether it's in the chin rest. So you want to make sure that everything is wood, unless there's a very special technology that is out there that I'm not aware of. But you don't want to, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Wood simply works well. And of course, having a good quality chin rest such as this one, it helps a lot. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you are a violinist, leave a comment down below. What are some struggles that you have in finding a good setup? Because I love talking about setup. Setup is very important and actually has helped me create longevity in my violin playing career without any injuries. So leave a comment down below. Love to get this conversation going. And if you are new to the channel, would love for you to stick around for some more videos and to subscribe to the channel. I have some videos right over here for you to take a look at. Until then, see you later.